for you to definitely remember the things that make for quality essential oils, especially when you are choosing to use them to create more of a household that thrives above the wellness line rather than just in reaction to illness or disease. So just to clarify, as we're getting started tonight, we're going to talk about Young Living as a company. We're not going to dive deeply into all of our products. I'm going to save that for other continued education events that you can either catch our replays on YouTube or in this in our exclusive Facebook group, or you can even start to do some of your own research. I'm telling you, this shelf behind me is a lot of my essential oils reference guides and books. Tonight, I'm going to be using some information from this book, which is a biography that Mary Young compiled of stories related to D. Gary Young, who is our founder. And how important it is to understand the commitment to excellence and quality that he established long before Young Living was even launched in 1994 and up to present day. Gary has always had a vision of being the world's leader in essential oils, and his commitment to just the research and study and traveling the ends of the earth while he was alive to make that happen are unmatched by anything that you can find out on the market today. Andrea, would you say anything else in edification of Young Living or getting started here?
Well, I mean, I would just say the experience of using the oils, right? Like I can't tell you how many people have used other brands of essential oils and kind of thought essential oils were all the same. And then they came over and they tried the oils from Young Living and they were like, this is what I've been missing. And so I think just the sniff test and the try test, it's strong and it tells a story in and of itself. And then when you find out all of the background, you understand why they really are so potent and why they're so different.
So true. So true. Our goal is never to cut down another essential oils company or tell you why not to purchase from somebody else. We truly just want you to understand the quality of products that we have to offer and choose these as your healthy lifestyle kind of foundation from here on out as a result of your commitment to making it better. All right, so to start tonight, I'm going to do a giveaway. If you'll put in the chat your first name and last name, as well as why you joined. What was it about Young Living or the person who shared with you that set it apart as a company to become a member of? And as you're putting that in, I'm going to share our first video of the evening. Most of our content tonight is going to be a little bit of story and some videos that you can access later as well to understand why Young Living is the world's leader in essential oils.
We really just began seeking and searching for something natural to help our son.
We started to look at cleaning out all the chemicals in our homes and just living a cleaner life in general.
I picked up an oil and I smelt it and I said, I want this oil. And I never looked back.
I fell in love with their philosophy. You can easily replace synthetics by using essential oils.
When I eventually immersed myself in it, it just gave me so much purpose and the health benefits were just amazing and I just wanted to share them with everyone.
And what's awesome about Young Living Essential Oils is they have the ability to bridge the gap to some degree and enable my body to have the tools that it needs.
One of the most important things for me, knowing exactly where the product comes from, knowing how it's grown, how it's seeded, distilled, cultivated, and ultimately the end result.
You come down here and you really see the passion and the love of all of the people working on the farms and what happens in order to make these oils. You appreciate them on such a greater level.
Without a shadow of a doubt, we are so diligent on every step of everything we do and everything we touch because we don't want to let any of those people down. We know them. And that's something so unique.
I just connected with the earth and took a moment for myself. It's so empowering.
This whole journey started with a man and his vision, and it's affected millions and millions of lives.
If you're on the fence, just go for it. The least you can get out of it is you learn something new about the oil. The best thing that could happen, it could change your life. it really just opened up this whole world of possibilities for me, that essential oils were so much more than what I'd realized.
All these things are like a symphony that work together. So it's your oil story every single time that you pop open that cap.
So if you didn't know, July 11th, after Gary passed away in 2018, July 11th became known as the International Essential Oils Day. You can mark that on your calendar. It's something we celebrate internally in Young Living and try to teach the world about, because as you heard in the video, essential oils are known to bridge the gap to keep your body functioning healthily. And we owe a lot of that to Gary Young and his mission. Necessity is the mother of invention. When D. Gary Young found himself confined to a wheelchair with a prognosis that he would never walk again after a severe logging accident in 1973, Young Living was born, although this dream would not be fully realized until 21 years later. After 3 suicide attempts, hitting rock bottom, feeling disconnected from God, my family, and the world, and some tough love from his father, Gary resolved that if it's the last thing I do, I will get out of this bed and I will walk and ride my horse again. These quotes come from this book here. Sometimes it is when we find ourselves at our weakest points in life that our greatest strengths are born. This led Gary to explore different avenues of healing, grow his knowledge of herbs, reconnect with his creator, travel the world to learn about the production, usage, and application of essential oils, and bring his attention to the many other people who needed help. Gary purchased farmland, planted crops, and built his own distillery. In 1994, along with his wife, Mary, they began cultivating lavender, peppermint, melissa, clary sage, and many other herbs. He saw the need for top quality essential oils, and he continued to grow and expand his knowledge, acreage, and technology. Coupled with Mary's previous knowledge of the direct selling industry, together they grew Young Living into the world leader in essential oils and wellness solutions. Through all of the success and failure, there is one thing that Gary and Mary never lost sight of: the people. And I love opening our story tonight because for those of you who never got to hear Gary speak firsthand, it's important that we keep his mission and vision alive as we continue to share and teach others about the power of good quality essential oils being introduced into their homes. I want to share a photo with you from a time when I got to travel to Ecuador in 2000. Gosh, why do all these dates run together? 2018, I was able to, let me make sure I can get this in full screen for you. I was able to travel to Ecuador to enjoy learning from the people there. Can you see this picture of me with my sweet friend, Angie? Angie is a student at the Ecuador Academy, the Young Living Academy there in Ecuador, which is fully funded. Oh, shoot. Bring your shared window to the front. Where is my shared window? Here. Can you see it now? How's that? Do you see her now? Did it come to the front? Do you see Angie? Yep. Okay, good. All right. So this is Angie, and Angie and her brother are both students at the Academy. This is one of the arms of the Young Living Foundation that reach beyond just essential oils and providing household solutions. Gary's heart for people shows through in the development of the D. Gary Young Young Living Foundation, which is committed to empowering individuals to achieve their potential and to defy limitations by providing wellness and education opportunities to underserved communities. Every penny donated goes directly to those in need because 100% of the administrative costs of the foundation are covered by Young Living. So just to let you know, the Academy is one of many projects and partners that Young Living works with. Also, they work with Rebuild Nepal, Hope for Justice, which is a focus of mission to end human trafficking and modern day slavery. Soul Hope, which is to help children and adults in Uganda become and remain jigger free. Healing Faith Uganda to provide malaria education, prevention, and treatment to rural villages. Guys, we raise millions of dollars every year for the Young Living Foundation with the hope that these projects that sit heavy on our hearts, we can offer just a little bit of hope to a community because of our incredible blessing and abundance. I'm curious, this is me. I'm curious if some of you have donated directly to Young Living. This is not a giveaway question. If you are rounding up your orders, I do understand that once the new website takes hold, we aren't going to have the ability to round up our orders anymore, and you're going to have the option every month of donating $1 or more to the foundation as a tax write-off as part of your ongoing support of the Young Living Foundation. So please be aware that that change is coming as soon as the updates are made to the website. Oh, so this is the question, giveaway number 2. Do you currently round up your orders, or do you foresee yourself donating either to a specific cause Young Living has as part of the foundation, or to the general fund of the Young Living Foundation? We want to support and encourage you to give back, because every single penny counts. All right, let's jump into our Seed to Seal promise. Marietta, on this part, I'm going to share a couple videos related to the science from Mike Book and a little bit of the Seed to Seal promise, but then I have your photos ready to share during the next portion where you can tell us about your experience, firsthand knowledge of being at the farm, okay? Just to give you a little context of where we're at in tonight's order of things. Okay, so we call this the Seed to Seal promise, which is a quality commitment and promise Young Living makes to you. Seed to Seal consists of 3 pillars: sourcing, science, and standards. These 3 are the foundation on which every product is built and everything that Young Living does. This promise ensures that you can trust that Young Living is providing you with products of the highest quality and purity, free from synthetics. And I just want to note that last week on What's New Wednesday, Young Living actually released a newly formulated KidSense line without gluten. So if that has been a tough thing for your family, not being able to use our KidSense line, they have specifically chosen ingredients that are gluten-free now for your use, and to help more families realize the opportunity that exists here with that. All right, so let me show you. I'm going to share with you Mike Book. And Andrea, do you want to tell us, while I'm pulling this up, can you give us our first winner, or maybe even 2 if you have them both ready?
So our first winner, I'm not sure who it is. It's iPhone. So if your name on your screen says iPhone, that's you. What I need you to do is just type in again your answer. Was I joined to try thieves and use it for cleaning. Oh, I didn't see the part about it being Michelle Everly. Michelle, you're our winner. Yay. So you're gonna get, are we doing $20 product credits? Is that what we got going on? So first winner is Michelle Everly. And then the second winner was D. Salter. Congratulations. Is that Davida? That's the only Salter I know.
Yay,
Congratulations. $20 product credit to D. Salter.
Yay. Hi, Davida. Okay, so let's learn a little bit about science from Mike Book, the director of our science side of things.
The purity of essential oils is paramount in our Seed to Seal process, and there's no better way to confirm that purity than through definitive scientific testing. At Young Living, our industry-leading R&D and quality control teams have more than 50 highly trained scientists working in 2 separate Young Living laboratories. These scientists have various specialties, including analytical chemistry, microbiology, food science, cosmetic chemistry, and engineering. And they use this knowledge every day to perform advanced testing procedures to help ensure the products that make it to your home meet the stringent purity and safety specifications that our Seed to Seal standard demands. Testing begins in the same place as our essential oils, in the fields. Water and soil samples are tested for heavy metals, pesticides, and other pollutants, while seeds and plant materials are analyzed and selected to produce the best botanicals for our essential oils. During the optimal harvest time, we visit the farms to observe harvesting and drying techniques,
And we even observe the distillation process and collect essential oil samples directly from the still. From these early stages, we monitor and test conditions to ensure our superior standards are met. And while purity starts in the fields, it's also analyzed in the lab. Our quality team uses a battery of physical, chemical, and microbiological tests to measure the exact components and properties of our essential oils. These tests determine whether we use or reject any particular batch. Among the more well-known state-of-the-art tests our scientists perform is gas chromatography mass spectrometry, or GCMS. This test provides a profile for essential oils and indicates the presence of any contaminants like synthetics or pesticides. By doing this, we confirm the essential oil makeup and ensure it meets our standards even down to the molecular level. Additionally, our scientists perform isotope ratio mass spectrometry, or IRMS. With highly specialized instruments, we determine whether an oil comes from an organic or synthetic source, ensuring you always get essential oils straight from Mother Nature herself. Not only are essential oils tested, but our other products also undergo specific tests to determine purity and shelf life. All tests are recorded in our database, which includes data collected from the past 23 years. But testing doesn't stop there. We also routinely use third-party labs staffed with specialists to supplement our internal testing. It's just one more way we ensure we always deliver the very best essential oils to you.
It is such a blessing and privilege to have been able to go into not right into the labs, but we've gotten to take a tour of the warehouse when we visited Utah in the past and seen some of this in action. I love learning from people like Dr. Book, who help us understand how important the quality of testing is. I'll give you one quick tip because we get this question a lot about shelf life. And because he mentioned that, I feel like it's valuable to let you know that obviously the shelf life of our products is different than maybe the milk that goes bad in your refrigerator. A lot of times people will ask specifically, there are dates like on our Ningxia Red. And I have, for one, have never thrown away a Ningxia Red unless it tasted kind of funky to me. And I don't even think that's ever happened to me, Andrea, in 13 years with this company. Would you agree? Like, there just hasn't been a thing. And this weekend, my mom actually pulled out, what oil was it, Mom, that I was like, wow, you have an old label on that bottle. And I just pulled out an old Digest, probably from 10 years ago. And
Transformation.
It was Transformation. That's right. And I have a Digest. I just took it to my laundry room, so I can't show you, but with an old label on it too. And it's still 3/4 of the way full. It was open already. But the only thing you risk in if you're storing your oils properly, the only thing you're risking really is evaporation. So just make sure you're storing them in a cool, dry location, and you should be able to use them for a long time coming. So I just add that as he mentioned, shelf life, trust your gut, trust your understanding of how this works. They do try to stamp things, but if something feels a little funky to you, obviously call customer service. They're awesome about taking down the lot number or batch number to get some information. I'll also give you one other quick tip that I just thought of too. Sometimes oils are going to smell a little bit differently depending on how early or late that they were harvested. So if your peppermint oil that shows up next, usually in the springtime, smells a little different than the one you get in the fall, that's because it's usually been harvested in a more wet time frame. And so it has a little bit of a different scent to it. Uncap it for 24 hours, and that should release some of that different smell. Sometimes I've even been known to use that strictly in my diffuser if it's too strong to put on my body and it's not something that I want to wear as a perfume. I'll just use it I'll repurpose it. But I've never even sent back an essential oil or because of it being, out like different. I'm actually kind of glad when oils smell differently because that shows me that they're not being synthetically created in a lab. So let that be sort of your blessing when something comes that's a little different. And we encourage you to use your creative sources to make the best of it. Marietta, I want to introduce you, Executive Leader Marietta Naranjo. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I did get those 4 photos I'm going to share on our screen while you tell us about your first visit to the farm, what your experience was like, and just give us a little context of because you work with landowners, you work with people who deal in land. So this was kind of a big deal for you to come to the Young Living Farm. So tell us a little bit about your credibility, right? Establish a little bit of that for us, and then tell us about what your experience was like, please.
Yeah, so I'm a right-of-way agent for the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community as my traditional job. The good side of that is that a lot of my the people that I have on my team that I personally enrolled were people from the East Valley. And the good thing is, like, for instance, I was actually talking to one of the ladies that just joined, and she's already gone through all of her oils in her kit. She just loves all of them. And she's actually a community member, and she was wanting to know about just buying a whole new kit or replenishing her stock right now, especially with school going on, and she has a elementary age daughter. But anyways, just kind of going to my experience when I first visited the farm in Mona in 2018, I was really impressed with how they do all the weeding by hand and the hoeing, and then the ability to do to plant the lavender. And when we went, my team and I went, our team, they were actually processing juniper. So that was one of the photos that I took. One was a spent juniper, and the other one was where they were getting more juniper to put in the stills. And then of course the bottling process, where they're actually putting the oil in the bottle, and then the labeling it. But everything just so hand processed and overseen was so impressive for me, because you don't realize how much care each oil is given from the time that it's planted in the soil. And there's a lot of products that are out there that say they're organic, but do you actually have that seed to sale promise that those products are truly organic? And that's the one thing that was so impressive with the Young Living Farm experience when I went. And then also having that opportunity to put that lavender plant in that row, and then each row went back over with the workers that were there that were actually hoeing and making sure that the soil was compacted around the seeds and everything. And then of course the pesticide-free soil, and then the way that they were able to process all of those plants in the fields was very impressive. And then I also wanted to touch on what you were talking about with the peppermint, because I remember somebody had mentioned with the 10 mil peppermint, that was one of the special bottles that was given, is that the plants have their own way of reacting to the outside influences, whether it be environment, whether it be an invading insect species as well. That also changes the molecular structure of maybe the smell or that oil, but that's also makes that one oil special. So that was a good thing, that like kind of tailing on what you were talking about, the smell and the oils. But that was my experience, and I really enjoyed it going, and looking forward to going again in 2021.
Yes, exactly. At convention, they actually bus us all from Salt Lake City, where the convention is held, out to the Mona, Utah farm. It's about an hour outside Salt Lake City, just a little bit south off of I-15. The cool part is, just a couple weeks ago, I was able to stop with my family, because Young Living store and grounds are still open even during these times. So if you are somebody who makes that trip between Phoenix and Salt Lake City, definitely give yourself enough time to stop for a couple of hours. We certainly were able to stock up on some things like porcelain foundation for my stepdaughter. Was not in stock yet, but they had one last bottle we were able to get when we were there. And it's just another great reason to believe in Young Living. Full disclosure, you guys, how many businesses can you show up to and be shown exactly where the plants are grown and see a working farm in action? So Marietta, thank you for telling us your experience and how meaningful that was for you, especially given what you understand about how land works and the importance of, like you said, beyond organic. That label may mean something, but it may mean nothing depending on the company you're working with.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll also just also make sure you understand that we have many of our own farms as well as partner farms in the giveaways. So we're going to choose giveaway number 3 with this next one. I'm going to read off where the farms are. Maybe you've already been to the farm. Tell us where you've been. Maybe you're aware where you'd like to go. But we want to get you interacting about what farm would you like to go to? Because Andrea, I think we've been to France. We've been to Croatia. You've been to Hawaii and Australia. We've been to Idaho, as well as Canada.
Ecuador.
Where else?
Ecuador.
Oh yeah, Ecuador. Yep. As well as British Columbia,
Spain.
Canada, Seville, Spain, Hawaii on the Big Island is the Kona Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. Ecuador, Croatia, just to name a few. So I want to know for your giveaway number 3, if you've been to a Young Living farm, I'd love to hear a little bit about your experience in the chat. If not, which one are you putting on your bucket list? And as you're answering that, I'm going to share a video from one of the farmers from the Mona, Utah farm. I just really appreciated his insights. This was a video that was shared in the lifestyle group back in July during International Essential Oils Day. Just a second, let me pull that up. Awesome. All right.
First of all, many of you that may be seeing this for the first time, or for new friends on Facebook, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jason Barnum, and I am the farm manager at our Young Living Lavender Farm and Distillery in Mona, Utah. And normally when I post these videos, I give you farm updates, talk about what we're doing on the farm. And by the way, I got some cool things probably coming up next week to show you, because we did start lavender harvest. And anyway, stay tuned for that. Today, in honor of Gary Young, of his birthday, and our International Essential Oils Day, I wanted to share with you kind of my story, my experience on the thing that was probably most impactful to me when I realized, hey, Young Living is the real deal. And so I thought I would share that with you. Prior to coming to work at Young Living, when I first started looking into them as a potential employer, I did a lot of research on Young Living. I wanted to learn who they were, what they were about. I want to know their core values. What's their vision, their mission? After I researched all that, I thought to myself, wow, if this is all legitimate and true, that's a pretty tall order, because there are not a lot of companies, in my opinion, that claim so many things and also follow through with so many things. Fast forward a little bit, I was offered a position to work for Young Living, and I took a leap of faith and accepted the position. And so I've worked here since June of 2017, so just a little over 3 years. And when I came to work here at the farm, I started in mid-June. It was actually the week after convention that year. And a few short weeks after I'd been here, we started into the first harvest, which at that time was Melissa. That was the first crop ready to be harvested. And it was pretty cool to see that whole process. See the whole Melissa harvest take place and to be a part of that. We harvested it, distilled it, got the oil, and sent it off. Sent it off to our distribution center, where they have further testing and a lot of other things that bottling and everything else. Well, a few weeks after, maybe it was a few days, I don't recall exactly, but we got the call back saying, hey, we're sorry, but the Melissa oil didn't meet spec. In their terms, that's what they said. I'm like, well, what does that mean, meet spec? And they're like, well, it doesn't meet our quality standard. And so if you don't know what that means exactly, when we test the oil, we test for a lot of different things, but one of the main things that we test is to ensure that all the chemical constituents in the oil meet a certain quality standard. And for whatever reason, the Melissa didn't. And not exactly sure why. Maybe we harvested too early, maybe too late. There could have been a lot of different factors, but for whatever reason, it just didn't meet the quality standard that year. And so I said, okay, well, what do we do with the oil then? And they just kind of said, well, that's up to you. You can either put it out on your compost pile. You can use it as research in development, try it out on, keeping insects away, repelling insects on plants, or weed control, whatever you want to do with it. And I was like, well, wait a second. In my mind, I was like, okay, it may not meet our standards for our Young Living members, but there's a huge essential oil market out there. Can't we sell it somewhere else? I mean, granted, you got to keep in mind, this was over $200,000 worth of oil. A lot of oil. And they just said, whoa, no. We don't do that. We don't sell our oil anywhere else. If it doesn't meet our quality, it doesn't leave our farms. It doesn't go anywhere. And I was beside myself because, like I said, this was $200,000 worth of oil. And they're suggesting that one of the suggestions was that we put it out on the compost pile.
All right, I'm going to stop his story there. Not that it's not a great next 3 minutes, but y'all can go back and listen. But that was the most poignant part I wanted you to hear, that even after they established that the oil wasn't good enough for Young Living members, Young Living said, it's $200,000 worth of oil. We're not using it. We're not selling it because we don't want our name attached to something that's subpar. I mean, we have heard these stories. We heard these stories from Gary when he was alive, but to hear it from the farm manager just this summer about his own story and how important that is, again, more and more companies are cutting costs. They're looking for the easy way out. They're looking to make a quick dollar. They're looking to take advantage of their consumers, right? And here's a company who says, it's not worth it to us to lose our credibility as the essential oils world leader by putting out a product that is subpar. So if that doesn't give you a little bit of insight into how Young Living values its product and its seed to seal promise and how highly they believe in the quality that comes from their farms, I don't know what does, but you can find that video. You can follow Jason Barnum. Like he said, he usually gives updates about the farm. So if this is something that's kind of near and dear to your heart because of your interest in agriculture or the quality of the products, please follow him. It sounds like he's very open to that and does lots of videos, but this was one I thought was particularly poignant to share with you tonight. All right, Andrea, do you want to announce? Actually, I'm not ready for giveaway 4 yet. I'm going to just do a few quick notes, and then we'll be ready for giveaway 4 in a second. Is that okay? And then we'll announce giveaway 3 to keep everybody on pins and needles. Okay. All right, so just to note, Young Living doesn't just have essential oils, but they offer this level of quality for products for the whole family. If you haven't gotten a man in your life on board, a son, a brother, a spouse, we have a line of Shutron products as well as products that are really quality for any man. I think my brother said this weekend, my brother Aaron said his favorite cologne right now is patchouli and ylang ylang mixed together. So if you're looking for your husband to smell like Aaron Lehman, patchouli and ylang ylang is his secret go-to. Also, I'll just throw out there that the charcoal bar soap that I think is 20% off all month. Am I right on that deal? The charcoal bar soap is one of my favorite ones to give my son, who's a teenager with breakouts. I find that it's really balancing to his skin. So charcoal bar soap, you can get that this month for the guys. For the ladies, Young Living believes that no woman should have to compromise quality for beauty, so the Savvy Minerals line continues to grow, as was proven this summer with the introduction of the liquid foundations for Savvy Minerals makeup. We also have a baby and kids line, whether it's Kid Scents for children or seedlings for the little wee ones. I can't even live without the seedlings wipes, and I have a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 13-year-old currently living in my house, and I'm the one who packs the seedlings wipes in my car when I go on trips. I also highly recommend Genius Oil. We've been using that blend in all of our diffusers during at-home schooling that's been going on, as well as supplementation to help keep their immune system strong. And of course, we also have line items for fur babies as well. So if you're somebody who's a dog or a cat lover, do your research about using essential oils with your pets. It's actually safer than you think. The other night, my fur kiddo, he's 11. He got into, I guess grapes are toxic to dogs. I didn't know that, and I fed him a couple because I thought it was good. Like, they fell on the floor, so I fed him to him, and so then everyone was freaking out that he was going to die. So I just put Digest on his belly, rubbed it in real good, and gave him a big hug and stuck him in his kennel for the night, and he was alive the next morning. Yay! We saved the dog. No, it wasn't Digest that saved the dog. It was just me supporting his wellness system like I would any other person in this house, dog or otherwise. Okay, we also have a ton of products for personal care. If you haven't tapped into some of those, I see some of your recommendations that are coming in the chat. I love that. 84,000 chemicals. I'm going to say that number again. 84,000 chemicals are legal for commerce in the United States and are all pretty much unregulated. That comes from Mercola.com. You can find out about our chemical exposure to things like that. A lot of those products, we want to say they're all the cleaning products, but a lot of them are our personal care products and cosmetics. So do your research with the Environmental Working Group, check your ingredients, learn about what it means to have a cleaner personal care product line. We have shampoo and conditioner, shower gel and bar soap, toothpaste and mouthwash, facial cleanser, shaving cream, moisturizer, wrinkle cream, as well as lotions and body butters. So do be aware that you can do so much by just changing your personal care products, not to mention all of your cleaning products with thieves as well. Let's talk briefly, and then I'm going to show another video about supplementation. And this is giveaway number 4. What products are you using? Some of you have been willingly giving up that information in the chat, but giveaway number 4 is what products have you swapped out that have been the most impactful for your family? I'd love to read that in the comments. I think it's really inspiring to others when we share about what else we can add to our Essential Rewards orders. As many of you know, free shipping starts at 100 PV. So if you haven't already started transfer buying and you've just been getting some basics every month on Essential Rewards at that 50 PV level, you might want to start making some of those decisions to buy things from your Young Living store instead of having to go out to get them at Target or the grocery store or something like that, and start making some of those simple swaps so that you can bump your order up to 100 PV every month and receive free shipping. So very excited for that opportunity as well. So our product lines, our supplement line, our Sleek, which is our waste management line, our weight management line, as well as our supplementation, are also usually infused with essential oils and also committed to that high quality. I want you to hear the story of Ningxia Red. If you haven't ever heard it before, I think it's really powerful to understand the purpose behind this product. That, gosh, Andrea, we started for the oils and we've ended up being, I think, a huge fan of the nutrition products based on that Ningxia Red product alone. And by the way, thanks for sharing three packets with me this weekend since I left home without it. You covered me every morning, so thank you for that. All right, so let me share with you. I'll go to the other video so you can learn about Ningxia Red in just a few minutes.
Ningxia Red's journey begins in the remote hills of the former Chinese province of Ningxia. It's a story of high-quality ingredients and exacting processes coming together to produce a premium essential oil-infused drink. Ningxia Red, a seed-to-seal story. The wolfberry, or goji berry, gives our drink its rich, signature crimson color. At Young Living, we work directly with Chinese vendors to grow wolfberries in locations that are rigorously tested for the presence of pesticides, heavy metals, and other potential contaminants. Once the wolfberries are harvested, they're cleaned and sent off to be pureed. Puree of this superfruit is the drink's core ingredient. Why puree and not juice? Because it captures more of the wolfberry's nutritional potential from both pulp and juice. We test this puree both before and after it is shipped from China to ensure that it meets our strict requirements. Because fiber, zeaxanthin, critical amino acids, and polysaccharides are found in the whole berry, you're not missing out on any of these valuable nutrients. Ningxia Red is also formulated with a flavorful blend of blueberry, plum, cherry, aronia, and pomegranate concentrates, plus grape seed extract. These fruits have powerful compounds, phytonutrients, polyphenols, vitamins, and minerals that support your full body wellness. What really sets Ningxia Red apart, though, is a blend of 4 citrus essential oils: orange, tangerine, lemon, and rare yuzu. These essential oils support healthy digestion, promote a positive outlook, and more. So how does this whole body nutrient infusion make it to the homes of our members around the world? Once all of the ingredients have passed our testing and quality checks, they're weighed and combined. We then fill our signature frosted glass bottles with this halal and kosher certified blend of wolfberry puree, superfruit juices and extracts, and essential oils. Each bottle gets 2 final quality inspections, once before it is boxed, and again between the time it leaves our facility and is shipped directly to you. Serve up 2 delicious ounces daily to take advantage of Ningxia Red's balanced ingredients that support whole body wellness, energy levels, eye health, help fight against oxidative stress, and support normal cellular function. Now that you've seen the journey of Young Living's Ningxia Red, from wolfberry fields in China to homes worldwide, we hope that Ningxia Red can be an essential part of your journey to transformed wellness.
So good, right, On? I love digging up these videos that are out there that we rarely use because we just are so big on personal stories and testimonies. Andrea, we just had a Ningxia Red challenge. Was it in July that we did that? So just this summer, some of you may have started taking Ningxia Red for the first time in our 30-day challenge. We had some great feedback. Do you have a quick summary that you could share with us, or some highlights of testimonials that you remember seeing from that On?
Sure. I mean, I think the thing with Ningxia Red, I mean, I know at least for myself when we started drinking it, I was just looking to fill in nutritional gaps because I know it was high antioxidants, you know, it's all of the good berries, that kind of thing. And I was surprised at all of the other benefits that I saw for myself. So it was not surprising to see an array of benefits from people starting to use it, from, you know, better energy throughout the day, to eyesight, improved eyesight, to weight management, not you know, giving into the sugary treats and things like that. So people actually having some weight loss just because they were supplementing with this. Things like better immune system support, better digestive system support. What else do we see? Results with hair and nails, skin looking better, mood being more stable. So it is endless, the things you don't even realize you're gonna get from Ningxia Red once you start drinking it. But it is the first supplement that I encourage people to try when they join Young Living, and haven't had people be disappointed in that decision. So if you haven't tried it yet, definitely one to get on.
I agree. Thanks for that. So let's do a quick recap on why Young Living. That's what we met here for tonight. Young Living is 100% transparent. You can give them a call, visit a farm. They'll show you everything that goes on. They go above and beyond what other companies do by setting high standards and growing and distilling on site all over the world, testing over and over again, which in turn makes their products better quality and more effective. They have over 600 products that you can swap out for things you are already using to make your home a much safer and healthier place. They give back to communities through the foundation and never take a penny for themselves. They offer an optional business opportunity that anyone can choose to take advantage of with a generous compensation plan. I continue to say yes to Young Living day after day because of these reasons and because their products have actually helped me and my family. It's also why I continue to say yes and share with others as well. I'm going to share next with a quick video with you from from a new website that you can go to, ylstories.com. Especially for those of you who have not considered taking a look at the business, just see kind of this update about what really this movement of oilers truly looks like and is.
This short message is about 3 things. First is you. Maybe you're like us. Maybe you want your family to be safer, healthier, and happier. Second, this is about a product line that you may find changes your life in a profound way. And third, this could be about an income option that can provide you with a totally separate source of mad money for the rest of your life. The person that referred you to watch this has a story. Their story will be of a product line that has had a huge impact on their lives. The product line features chemical-free living, alternative healthcare, and super nutrition. Maybe those things are important to you, and maybe not. We'll leave that up to you. The second thing this message is about is made possible only by the first thing, the products. When you have products that are so effective that people talk about the results a lot, it creates opportunity. In the late 1980s, a visionary couple, Gary and Mary Young, had an idea. You could call it a vision of alternative health and wellness, of non-toxic products for our homes and families. They wanted a better life for their family, and they had the courage to do something about it. They started, I imagine, with just 1 customer, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 80, then 800. Today, they have over 2 million monthly repeat customers. How did they do that? They had a lot of help. Every so often, one of their raving fans would see the opportunity to actually help spread the word, and they would share profits with them to do so. In fact, they would pay any customer to help them. Some earned enough so their own products were free. Some earned enough to pay off some debts. And some, a new car or college tuition. Here's what they found. As passionate as people were about Young Living products, some were equally as passionate about finding a new source of income. If it was ethical, fun, honored their values, and helped other people, why not? There are over 500,000 of these fans that are now paid ambassadors for their own stories. And just like any other opportunity, some earn a little and some earn a lot, all by their choice. Most, of course, are just really happy customers. If it were just about income, I don't think there'd be this much excitement about this opportunity. There are a million ways that any of us can earn income. There's a third reason people promote Young Living. This community of like-minded people is fun, educational, inspirational. The community spans the world, over 25 countries and growing. This is a community rich with love, adventure, travel, and natural health care. The people that we find interested are usually people who are already thinking about it. Do you ever think about finding proven safe and natural products for your family? Do you ever think about finding a way to bring in another income for life? What if it were fun and richly rewarding in all the non-money ways? Would you at least take a look? If the answer is no, we get it. Most of us said no the first time we were invited to look. We respect your no. It is your 30 minutes, and it's not for us to tell you what you might be curious about. And if the idea of earning an extra income does not appeal to you, let us at least show you our products. If you're like most people, you're going to fall in love, madly in love. Either way, please respond to the person that shared this with you as to what you choose to do next. Look or pass.
So the cool part about this video, sharing this with you tonight, is it's also a way for me to invite you to tomorrow night's Take a Look at the Business Opportunity. We'll also meet at 5 p.m. In a webinar format. So you have to register at our website, livingwellnow.com/business. And then an email link will be sent to you because that is a password protected webinar. But we're really excited about what we've been able to accomplish through teaching people not just about the high quality products and why Young Living, but to teach them to believe in themselves and to teach them to believe in this opportunity and what it can do to change lives. We know that it's helped us in our lives from a health perspective as well as a financial wellness perspective, and we desire that for you as well. If you're not already plugged into the Living Well Now community, please talk to the person who invited you to tonight's class so that you can get started as a member. If you are not on Essential Rewards yet, please talk to your leader about how to get that set up. Remember that free shipping starts at that 100 PV mark. Hopefully we've given you some more ideas of resources and products that you can add to enhance your life and optimize your wellness. Andrea, will you tell us our fourth winner, and then we'll close out for the evening?
Yeah, I don't think I shared the third winner.
Oh, well, third and fourth then. I have it kind of penned in, but it's not super organized.
So our third winner is Amanda Culp. Congratulations, Amanda. I think you said you wanted to go to Australia, if I'm remembering correctly. And our fourth winner is Heidi Klein, who basically uses all of the products. So thank you guys so much for participating in the chat. That was fun. And any last words?
Just thanks again for joining. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, or next Wednesday night. We'll be offering out another class that will be amazing. I think it actually might be the introduction to essential oils class, but I may have that wrong.
Actually, it's going to be Sheila.
Oh,
yeah. And Sheila's going to share about Young Living, and we might bump that this week.
A good reminder, because that's Sheila's class is the 16th, Intro to Oils on the 23rd, and then we have Carrie O'Connor rounding out the month with an Emotions and Essential Oils class.
Yeah.
So definitely stay tuned for our continued education through the month of September.
I'll say one thing about, well, two things. The Oils 101 class, you'll want to grab that link. And so you can find it in the Facebook group, and LW1 Lifestyles, go to events, go to that Essential Oils 101 class and grab this Zoom link from there, because you can share that with people. Share that with your mom, share it with your sister, share it with your best friend, so that they can learn about the oils that you have fallen in love with. And then the class that Carrie O'Connor is teaching on feelings, which is the last Wednesday of the month, that is going to actually involve the feelings kit. If you do not have the feelings kit, you can still come to the class and you're still going to learn. It'll be extra fun if you have the feelings kit, because you can kind of like play around with them with her while she's doing her thing and participate from afar. So just wanted to drop that in there. If you don't have a feelings kit yet, this might be a good time to order.
And I think Sheila's class is called The Wonderful Essential Oils, and I think she's going to really open our eyes to possibilities for essential rewards, so, and products to add in. So we're really excited for that next Wednesday as well. Marietta, thank you for being an incredible co-host tonight and helping tell your story and embody that young living quality that is so important.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yay, so fun. Andrea, thanks for being the giveaway girl. And Deborah, thanks for always having our back. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.